Hello everyone from Disney's Pop Century Resort. Today is going to be our first staycation here on Disney property and we're staying at Pop Century. So I did a room tour yesterday, so I'm going to put all that in here along with having dinner at the Pop Century food court, and then we had breakfast at the Pop Century food court, and now we're here. So I'm going to throw those clips in now, but then we're going to see me again in just a second here. We're going to start our full resort tour right here. Hello everyone from Pop Century Resort at Disney World. We're doing our first ever Disney World Resort staycation today, and we're staying at Pop Century. Thanks, Mom. So we are actually in early. It is 9:20 in the morning. We went to drop off our bags to head to Magic Kingdom and the room was available. So we're gonna go ahead and give you a quick room tour. Then we'll be back in the next day or two and give you a whole resort tour of Pop Century. So let's head on in. All right, this is going to be Disney World's one of their more moderate resorts, their value resorts. Pop Century is one of Disney's value resorts. Rooms are fairly basic, but overall, holy cow, we're gonna enjoy this stay. So we'll start here. When you first walk in, you have a little fridge, which will be perfect for any drinks and things we need to put in there. You have a little coffee pot here. Looks like you have some Joffrey's Resort Blend, decaf, more Resort Blend. Couple teas in there, creamers and sugar. And you have your cups up there and an ice bucket in case you need to go get some ice. You have your trash can right there and recycling, I guess, so you have both. Turn around here, you have a desk. And I know what you're thinking. Interesting. I think there's supposed to be another bed. It is within this wall. So we will go ahead and pop that out a little bit later tonight once we're back at the resort. Then you also have Hey Disney over here, which is like Alexa. So you can ask her questions, have her play you some music, bring the magic, anything. We did get the two queen beds, so this is one of the queen beds, and then the other will pop out of the wall, like I said. I am obsessed with the Mickey art behind the bed. Over here, you have some chargers, along with some USB ports, and then a phone. Oh, I didn't know there was more lighting. Would you look at that? That's so much lighting. That'll be amazing tonight when it's dark out. You have your TV here. It looks like a lot of storage space if you want to maybe... You have your safe in here along with some storage space, and then the drawers. And then most of the beds in Disney resorts are open underneath, so you can slide your luggage underneath there as well for storage. You have some hooks here if you want to hang up any jackets or anything. And then in here is the bathroom. So you have a little closet if you need to hang up any shirts, jackets, any clothing. You have a nice sink here, some hand soap, some storage up here with your hair dryer and iron. And your ironing board is right over here. Lots of lighting in here. You also have the little vanity mirror, which I like. Hello. And then in here, you have the rest of the bathroom. You have, oh, this shower is really cute with the sliding doors. You do have some Disney World body soap, shampoo, and conditioner. Looks maybe a little tight. Oh, there's two shower heads though. That'll be nice. I don't know, it's kind of spacious actually. I'm pretty impressed. So we just took the bed down for the night and the pillows were already in there. The bed is already made and Pluto is so cute up there. Oh my gosh. It is now the evening. We just had a wonderful day at Magic Kingdom. But we're hungry and I have to eat before my meeting this evening, so we're gonna walk over to the main hall and go get some food. I think we were gonna order and do a mobile order, but we really just wanna look at everything and see what looks good. Maybe grab a thing or two and then head back to the room, try that. Then we'll definitely be back for some desserts later this evening. We're heading in. I don't know what sounds good, so let's go in and see what we wanna eat. Over here we have our sweets, which we will be back for later. Here you have your grill with some burgers, chicken sandwiches, pulled pork, and some hot dogs. Go this way and they have some more pre-packaged items that are kind of ready, just grab and go items. So we'll go check over here, see what they have. You have some alcohol options over here if you'd like some beer. There's some sodas and Gatorade and lemonade, some chocolate milk. These are some of your kids' healthy packs, so chicken and cheddar, sunflower seed butter, looks like some yogurt, some juices here. couple different types of salads over here, and the dressings on the bottom. Some sandwiches if you're wanting any type of sandwich. I think they had turkey and then an Italian club is what I read. Some fruit. Keep turning, you have some parfaits over here. You have some pre-made cupcakes. Ooh, a cookies and cream cupcake. Seasonal cupcake looks yummy. Some tie-dye cheesecake if you're wanting some tie-dye cheesecake there. Holy smokes, there's so much. Bunch of pastries. A chocolate chip cookie. A flashback oatmeal cookie. That looks good. Sugar. Ooh, like a whoopie pie almost. Sugar cookie with M&Ms. Banana bread with streusel. Mickey cinnamon roll. Ooh, the cookie on the far side. Oh no. I think that's just coffee cake. Look at that slice. Cute. They're fine, good. And of course, you have to have a premium bar and the ice cream sandwich. Over here, you have some pasta and subs. So you can do grilled chicken with Parmesan pasta, penne with meatballs, meatball sub, pizza, and so you can go buy the slice or you can get a full pizza. And then you can get a side of mac and cheese and breadsticks. And all the way at the end here, you can create your own entree if you'd like. Or their specialty entrees are sesame chicken, beef and vegetable stir fry. It looks like you can choose between mojo roasted chicken, citrus basil salmon, or garlic herb shrimp. I think we decided we're gonna get the sesame chicken. We might come back for a pizza later because I feel like everyone raves about getting a pizza after your long resort day. So we might come grab that while we get our ice cream later this evening. We'll see. Like I said, we ended up getting the sesame chicken, and holy smokes, does it smell good? See, it's a pretty decent serving of chicken. Maybe a little more rice could be used, and then quite a bit of veggies, but it was $12.29. So I think it's a pretty good deal for how much you're getting here. Because this is what we do, let's try it on camera. It's like super sticky looking. It looks super drippy. I don't know the verbiage. Definitely better in my opinion than going and getting a burger or chicken tenders that you can get at the theme park. But if you are just staying at the resort for the day, it's nice that you have those options too of getting the burger and the chicken tenders. But this is so good. I'm about to devour all of this. All right, just a quick review, I guess, of the shower. Loved it, very nice. My critique is going to be with the towels, that they are super small, very hard to use. But the shower was nice. I enjoyed it, and the soap smells really good in my opinion too. So we're now heading to grab some ice cream and dessert. So we're heading back to that main hall. I don't know what we're gonna get. There's so much. I think I have to do a brownie sundae, right? We walked over to the Hippy Dippy pool because they have a movie night. So they have a bunch of chairs out here and they're playing Tangled. It was supposed to be Monsters Inc., but it's Tangled. Then I think we'll show you more of the pools tomorrow morning on our full walkthrough resort tour. Holy smokes, this is a lot of ice cream. I thought it would be like a brownie on the bottom, and it's just like a bowl of soft serve with a brownie on the side there. And this was $7.79, and then Mom got a single cup twist of ice cream for $4.29. My mistake. Her single cup twist of ice cream was $5.79. Then I got a cup for hot chocolate, and that was the $4.29. I mean, this is all soft serve, so how can you go wrong? Just a classic Hershey's chocolate syrup on top. The rainbow sprinkles. Try with the brownie. Oh. They almost cooked it, so it's like the whole outside is like the edge of the pan. Kind of crispy. Good morning from a beautiful and pretty quiet Pop Century Resort. We're up this morning. We're gonna go grab a little bit of breakfast, and then we're going to go on our full resort tour. I'm gonna walk the full resort grounds, show you the pools, all the amenities, all the grounds, all the buildings. Oh, it's so much fun. So let's go get some breakfast. Everything over here in the grab and go section has been restocked for the day. So they have some curry chickpea salad, then all the sandwiches from yesterday, plenty of desserts and cheesecake, and then plenty of your pastries over here as well with all the cookies banana bread, coffee cake, and everything in between. Here at breakfast, you have different breakfast specialties such as the waffle bounty platter, which I think is what I'm gonna get. Mickey-shaped waffles, scrambled eggs, potato barrels, bacon, and sausage. You can do that with pancakes. You can get vanilla pancakes or bacon, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich. And then you could get a loaded breakfast taco bowl, avocado breakfast bowl, vegetable breakfast quesadilla, or you could order some potato barrels and bacon on the side along with some oatmeal. Here's some of those breakfast sandwiches there. Then you have your Mickey waffles, scrambled eggs and potato barrels there, bacon and sausage. This is a lot of food. And I knew it would be, but like, holy smokes. It is called a bountiful platter, I guess. But you have your Mickey waffle here, some scrambled eggs, potato barrels, bacon, and sausage. So you get, looks like 2 pieces of bacon, 2 pieces of sausage. And they gave 2 scoops of eggs and I think 2 scoops of potato barrels. So I'm definitely not gonna make it through all this, but we'll at least eat some of the protein and of course the Mickey waffles. I have to be fueled up and ready to go on a long walk around the resort. So I need this breakfast, right? I'm gonna eat this by hand. Is that weird? I kind of forgot a knife. I'm not gonna worry about it, so. Gotta love a Mickey waffle. Can't go wrong. I hope you enjoyed me trying food, I guess. But we are going to head in and do a full resort tour. Starting back out here at the Pop Century Resort sign, we are going to walk in and go through all of the decades, look at all the pools, the amenities, and everything that Pop Century Resort has to offer. We are going to start at the check-in desk, so let's head on in. I will say we walked in here yesterday, and I am obsessed. We have to go look at all of this artwork. But over here to your left-hand side, you do have your check-in desk, so you can go ahead and check in for your stay. And then a little further left, closer to the doors, looks like you have a map so you can see everything going on at the resort today. You can check park hours if you need to check park hours. Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, EPCOT. Shows you your type of dining and lounges that you have here. We have everything pop, shopping and dining. Shops is going to be the same thing, shops and dining. Pool and recreation. Unfortunately, it doesn't show you hours because they're subject to availability of the lifeguards. So that might be kind of hit and miss. It sounds like they try to do 10 to 10, 11 to 11 for the most part. And then a resort map. So there's the full scope of Pop Century. To the right side of check-in, they do have a kids zone. So if you are checking in at the front desk, your kids can come hang in here for a few minutes. Looks like they have the Nightmare Before Christmas on. That's kind of scary, honestly. And then a bunch of art on the wall. And turn around and they have, oh my gosh, it's art done by kids. How cute. Angelina at age 5. La Casa Fantastica. Grasshopper Frogmouse. Zachary age 8. Oh my gosh. This is awesome. How fun. Does look like as well they have character experiences so you can enjoy seeing your favorite Disney pals at your resort hotel Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday from 11:20 to 12:20. Back behind the check-in desks here, they have photos representing each decade. So they have the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and they go all the way down with some different pop culture moments that have to do with each decade. Just across from check-in, it looks like we're gonna go through time. You can see the time up on top there. So we're gonna start here in the 1950s. We're not gonna go all the way through, but just some pop culture items from the 1950s. So Lionel train sets, you had Silly Putty, pickup sticks. Then you kind of move along to like 1953 era. Walt Disney World. Oh no, that's the Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah, Disney World's not until the 70s, Lauren. I was thinking Disneyland. You have diners, some milkshakes, bowling. You just keep moving through and it kind of goes through time. And you have a little timeline there. Bob's Big Boys, or I think that's what it's called. (1959) Superman. Keep moving through. We have the 1960s now. Oh, the Flintstones lunchbox, Disneyland monorail game, the Addams Family. What's the Genie one? I Dream of Jeannie? Beach Boys. 60s fashion. The moon. Going to the moon. Beatles and some pop culture up there. And then keep going through. We'll now be in the 70s. So you turn more into your disco themed. Saturday Night Fever, Let's Disco, The Village People. You have Star Wars, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and James Bond. What is this? Some music down here. Up there you have some kids' items. Looks like some more books. The troll dolls. Then here you have Disney World opened. I have that magazine. I have that at my house. Keep moving through. Now we'll obviously be in the 80s. We're now in the 80s. Oh yes, Jazzercise, of course. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Superman, The Empire Strikes Back, E.T. Lots of toys from the 80s. Simon Says, Cabbage Patch Dolls, Miss Piggy, Pez dispensers up there. Ooh, Linda Carter's Wonder Woman. Love her. Family Feud board game. Crock-pot cooking. Michael Jackson's Thriller. Tina Turner. Madonna. Ooh, the Atari up there. I wasn't going to show this whole wall, but it's also fascinating, isn't it? And then you start having phones and computers develop. So let's head into the 90s. Let's see what we got in the 90s. Crazy fashion, in my opinion. Disney Animation Studios, they had their Renaissance period where you started having Beauty and the Beast, Hercules, The Lion King, Aladdin. Computers and phones started to develop a little bit more. Food, fast food, that was a big thing. 90s games and toys, you had Furbies, looks like, is that a Power Ranger up there? Beanie Babies was all the rage. Okay, moving through, kind of some more Jazzercise exercise items. Skateboards were a big thing. How fun. Just past the lobby here, if you turn left, there was a caricature artist here yesterday who was drawing caricatures, so keep an eye open for the times on this and if they're going to be around. Looks like they're 5 to 10 p.m. You can come get little caricatures done. Just behind that, if you turn around, we do have transportation. Let's head outside to the buses. I'll show you the buses. Just before heading out to the buses, actually, you have your business center. So they do have a Chase ATM here if you need to pull out some cash. They do have portable chargers here that you can get, and I'm pretty sure you can take these to and from the parks. You just have to return the fuel rod at the end of the day. Lots of plug-ins here, just in case you need to plug in your work laptop or something. Complimentary flight check-in and boarding pass printing, internet and printing services. Looks like you can open these and start using these. There's your printer. Very nice. I also like the sticky notes. That's nice. Oh, and then letter and mail tied in bundles. Huh. Outside at transportation, it does show you bus services to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Blizzard Beach, Typhoon Lagoon, and Disney Springs. And then in order to get to EPCOT and Hollywood Studios, you do have to take the Skyliner, which we will go see a little bit later. So out here is your bus. Looks like this one in particular is going to Magic Kingdom. Perhaps the one down there is going to Blizzard Beach, it looks like. And you can see the signs for every single resort and stop. Back inside to the right, you have the Everything Pop Shopping and Dining. So you guys saw a little bit of this yesterday when we came down for dinner. And I'll show you a little bit of the shopping. It has a lot of what you would find in the theme parks. Some of their 2025 items here, some of their golf shirts, t-shirts, hats, and things like that. But every resort should also have their own specialized merch. So they have a Spirit jersey here. It says "Have a nice day" on the front. Or sorry, this is the back. The front says Pop Century Resort. That's cute, actually. I wasn't going to get that, but I might have to. Pop Century ears. If you want some Pop Century ears. They also have a couple different cups. If you like these, this is $27.99 here. Super cute. Little shirt for little ones. Oh, this one's kind of nice as well. It's like a quarter sleeve or half sleeve. They also have this Pop Century cup down here. Could be fun to collect ornaments for all the different resorts that you stay at. So here's the Pop Century one. We have Pop Century magnets. Oh, that might be cute too. Oh, shoot. And they also have pins. I might have to get a pin. Oh, I don't know. I need something, right? Here at all resorts, you can get a refillable mug. So you can enjoy free refills of fountain drinks, coffee, and tea at any resort for $22.99 for the length of your stay. And then just through the shop is all of the dining that you guys saw yesterday. I think we might get some lunch here as well later today, but lunch and breakfast was had here. Just past the shop as well, there are collectible medallions. So these all say something that has to do with Pop Century. So rock and roll, flower power, out of sight, and totally awesome. And then the other side says Pop Century Resort, so don't worry about that. And these are collectible press pennies. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. I think you might need like the Mickey and Minnie there with the Pop Century, Minnie and Daisy, Donald, or just a simple Pop Century Resort. Today is Earth Day, actually. It's April 22nd, and they actually have some different Earth Day items going on. So, reduce, reuse, pool party, located at the Hippy Dippy Pool. Join us for poolside games in and out of the water. Make your own Mickey tie-dye reusable bags. Conservation campfire, looks like. Join us for complimentary marshmallow and roasting s'mores kit. Oh, s'mores kit for purchase, but you can get the marshmallows as is. Earth Day trivia, and a movie under the stars, which is Monsters, Inc. To the right of the Pop Century dining, you have the Fast Forward Arcade. Now, I'm going to be spending all my money in the park, so I don't think I will be here in the arcade. But you can see the arcade game prices here. $1 is 50 play points, 10 you get 500 plus a bonus 100 points, and so on. Let's see what the credits are for some of these. Uh-oh, I might have to do this photo booth. I know that's not going to be credits. I'll probably take cash there. Oh, they do have massage chairs if you want a massage chair. This looks like 25 points here for pinball. They have an X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, Tron, and Star Wars. Guitar Hero is 50. That doesn't seem that crazy. Lots of games in here. This actually goes really far back. I'm shocked how much space there is in here. I'm still in the arcade, but it looks like we have a list of resort activities here. And oh my gosh, unfortunately we can't do it. It would have been yesterday and then Wednesday tomorrow. But marble painting on vinyl records. Create your own groovy paint designs on a vinyl record, complete with Disney's Pop Century Resort logo. How cool is that? They do have the nighttime trivia that we were talking about. They have some boombox bingo. Looks like a lot of this is maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The tie-dye is Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, so we can do some tie-dye shirts today. And then they also have Movie Under the Stars every day. So that's why we saw Tangled yesterday, because it was Monday, and Monsters, Inc. is Tuesday. There's a fun thing here at the resort, and this little Goofy will be hidden around the main hall. So when you spot the Goofy photo prop, take a picture with him and head to the front desk for a button. So you get a little button here. It says Disney Family Wellness, and it has the 60s in the background. So it has 4 different days that you're supposed to find him. Depends on how long your stay is, but you get little bowling pin stickers every time you find one. And then you fill it up and you have little bowling pins. We are starting back in the 50s. So it looks like back there we have a little music player, not quite a jukebox necessarily. And this pool is pinball, not pinball. What is it? A bowling pin. This pin is bowling pin shaped. How cool is that? You have your bathrooms over there in that green building. And then surrounding the pool here, you have all of your 50s buildings in purple. The poodle skirt, you have some records there. You have Tramp on this side. He's so cute. And then over on this side, it looks like they're painting lady or something, scraping something off of her. We are now just outside the 50s here. You have these cool bowling pins. I think they're surrounding the staircases around all the buildings here because there's another one on that side. But if we turn around here, we're time traveling into the 60s. So looks like we start here with the Duncan Imperial Yo-Yo top. And then we're gonna head over here to the flower pool and we'll show you the pool. Outside of the flower pool, you turn around here, you have checkout luggage, grocery, ECV, and stroller. So if you want to check your luggage while you go to the parks and then come back and pick them up afterwards, you would do that here. Over here you have your bathrooms for the pool. Looks like they also have a water bottle filling station there as well. And guest laundry. Maybe we go take a look at guest laundry real quick. Just outside of the 60s pool is the Petals Bar as well. So it looks like you can get beer, wine, and sangria, some specialty drinks, a couple different pool bar bites, along with some non-alcoholic drinks. Magic band or key card required for access 24 hours a day, credit or debit accepted as well. So you can see in there they have a couple machines if you need to go ahead and do some laundry. But let's turn around and go look at the pool. There is going to be a little ping pong table here, and I think there were a couple other games around the pool as well. We'll go around the back side. And here is the flower pool. So it is shaped like a little 60s flower, kind of just over on those buildings over there. Peace, love, and happiness. They do have some life jackets if your little ones need life jackets, and they do have towels that you can use. So you don't have to bring anything from the room or your own if you don't want. Now let's make a little loop and go look at the art back here in the 60s buildings. So over here we have our little Play-Doh artwork. You have the classic 60s with some peace, love, and grooving, out of sight. Over here, oh, it looks like there's a splash pad over here. I forgot about this. For little kiddos, there's a splash pad with a couple little fountains. And same deal here. Good morning. Same here where you have towels you can use and towel return as well. And then just this way, you have Baloo and Mowgli from the Jungle Book. This might be my favorite in the whole resort, but I guess we haven't gone everywhere yet. But who doesn't love a big Baloo and Mowgli? Here's a cute little Goofy in a car if you want to take a photo in front of that. And then this is going to be the fire pit where you can have complimentary marshmallows later tonight for Earth Day. But we are going to keep moving into the 70s, which is where we're staying. They have 2 or 3 of these here through the 70s, but you have a little twister board on the ground here. Oh, squirrels. And then over here you can have someone spin the wheel, and then it gives you right foot blue, right hand green, and you can play Twister here. Keep walking this way. I don't know. This might be my favorite section. We haven't been to the 80s or 90s yet, but how can you go wrong with giant foosball, a big wheel, and then Mickey with a phone? How cute are these? And then up here, a lot of shoes, like some platform shoes. Kind of go-go shoes almost. Some, what is that, like a mood ring almost. Then you have your big wheel, your foosball, and then your Mickey. We made it to the 80s. Right next to our building, actually. We're at the end of building 10. You have Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head and Rubik's Cubes. These glow at night. They look so cool. I'll put a photo in here of one that I took yesterday. All along the buildings here in the 80s, you have some Pac-Man and some of the ghosts. Looks like breakdancing right here. Totally awesome. Let's keep going. I see Roger Rabbit up ahead. You have Roger Rabbit over here, one of my favorite movies. You have a huge keyboard on the ground here for no purpose other than having a big keyboard on the ground. And then you have a Walkman over there. On that back wall over there, you have, of course, a laptop. Looks like they're looking up Disney Entertainment on ABC News. You have a floppy disk over there. And this is what's considered the laptop pool. It's just a square for the most part. It does look like there's guest laundry that way as well. So that's going to be in that restroom building right over there, similar to the 60s building. Just realized the blue building in the back with the laptop, that is actually the 90s building. That is the only 90s building here on property. Most have 2 or 3 buildings, so totally didn't realize that that was there, but that is the 90s building back there. Over here where the 90s building, is that 90s? The 80s building and the 70s building meet. If you turn this way, there's a little playground for kids. So it looks like they have just a little slide, a couple different bars you can climb on. Oh, one of those spinny things. Do you remember that thing? The yellow spinny thing off to the side there? We're now going to walk over towards the Skyliner to show you where that is at. Then along the way, they have little posters for various years throughout the pop century timeline, and it gives you some facts. So, book to movie adaptations become box office hits with Out of Africa and The Color Purple, and then Oprah Winfrey's talk show begins. The last episode of MASH draws the largest audience for a single TV show, 125 million viewers. Holy cow. 1979, a nuclear accident at 3 Mile Island causes over 100,000 people to evacuate, and health food sales total over $1 billion. Let's keep going this way. Now this is going back behind the 70s building, kind of making your way towards the Art of Animation. 1975, Microsoft, located in Seattle, Washington, is founded by Paul Allen, age 22, and Bill Gates, a 19-year-old Harvard dropout. Let's keep moving along. We're kind of at the back of the 60s now. Here is the Disney Skyliner. So it only takes you to Caribbean Beach Resort from here, and then you can find transfers to Hollywood Studios, and then the Riviera, which can then take you to EPCOT from the Riviera. We're going to take a little ride over to the Caribbean Beach Station, I think. In here you can see the operating hours for Hollywood Studios, 7:30 to 10:30, EPCOT 7:30 to 10:30, and Pop Century and Art of Animation, 7:30 to 10:30 as well. We got in a Frozen one. These are a lot bigger than I thought they would be. So very cool. Oh, we're about to take off. That air feels nice.
Yeah, it does.
This is nice. How fun. We're about to go over a parking lot. That's basically what the Hollywood Studios one is you go across the whole parking lot at Hollywood Studios. And then you go and land. So it shows you we're now at the Caribbean Beach Resort. And to transfer to parks and other resorts, you would go straight ahead over here and hop one of the Skyliner trams over there. So you can see this one here right ahead would go to the Riviera and EPCOT, and then right here would go to Hollywood Studios. We are going to hop the tram to Hollywood Studios. We'll tell you kind of how long of a wait this is, or how long it takes to actually take the Skyliner over there.
Throughout his life and career, Walt Disney had a passion for animals and the natural world. Today, we are traveling through one of the many protected wetlands here at Walt Disney World Resort. If you're lucky, you might spot some of the happiest wildlife on Earth.
We're now passing over the gates to Hollywood Studios here. And you can see we're going to pass pretty much right over the parking lot.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children.
All right, we hopped off and we are at Hollywood Studios now. I would say that maybe took us 10 minutes max to get here. My thought is, if you're staying at one of those resorts, I would definitely take it if you're going later in the day. But I do know that once you leave the park in the evening, sometimes it can get a bit busy and the line can get very long. So either leave early or make sure you're staying in the park a little bit later so that some of the crowds can exit first. We are now now taking the Skyliner back to Caribbean Beach Resort, and we're gonna time how long it takes for us to get to the Riviera and then EPCOT, just to give you guys an idea of how long of a ride that would be. 1 to Hollywood Studios and then 2 to EPCOT. All right, hopping on the Skyliner to go to EPCOT. We are passing over the Caribbean Beach Resort on the way to the Riviera, and you can see the Riviera is right there. So this is these are a little bit of a shorter jaunt than I thought they would be. It makes me a little more comfortable. Then we're going to take the transfer over to EPCOT. Good to know, but once you get to the Riviera, you can stay on and it will take you to EPCOT. So we don't have to transfer here at the Riviera. It will just automatically take us back and over to EPCOT. Passing by the France Pavilion. Say hello to Remy, the rat, not the ratatouille. That took us about 11 and a half minutes to get here from the Caribbean Beach Resort, and then add in another 3 to 5 from Pop Century to get here. So anywhere from about 15 to 20 minutes. Heading back to Pop Century. We're almost there. We just left Caribbean Beach. Hello, everyone. It is now like a week later. I'm just now getting around to filming an outro for this, but did want to give just a little bit of a verbal recap here at the end, talking about what I thought about Pop Century. Now, this is the first Disney property that we have stayed at. It, 1, was our choice because it was pretty cheap, and 2, it always has really good reviews by people I see on, TikTok, Instagram. It's one of their favorite resorts to stay in. So we chose to go ahead and stay at Pop Century. Different angle because I realized I didn't put in the pricing in here. So we stayed a Monday night and a Tuesday night, and it was a total of $571. So $239 per night. I love the theming of this hotel. I love kind of going back to not that I was born at those times, but 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And just kind of getting to experience and bring up hey, the jukebox was in the 50s. And then we had Lady and the Tramp in the 50s. And then in the 90s, you had a computer and some cell phones. And just kind of going through the decades and getting to see some items that relate to those decades. I loved the pools. There were 3 separate pools. There was one in the 50s, one in the 60s, and then one in the 80s, 90s, kind of in the same area. I think the 60s was definitely the coolest. It was the flower shape. That's kind of where they had all of their events, and they had Earth Day events and trivia and things like that, just because it's the main pool in Pop Century. I honestly liked the food there. It's pretty theme park, resort, hotel coded, but you love that. I love that. After a long day at the park, it was so nice to come home and have we had sesame chicken. And then we had pizza the next day for lunch. We had the bounty platter for breakfast. It was so delicious. There were burgers to choose from, chicken sandwiches, wraps, salads, snacks, cookies, desserts, ice cream. There was something for everyone at that food court. Next item would probably be the transportation. So you have to take the Skyliner, from what I understood, to Hollywood Studios and EPCOT. I don't think there was a bus for those. The bus took you to Disney Springs, Magic Kingdom, and then the 2 water parks. So if you're going to Hollywood Studios and EPCOT, you do have to take this My brain is working faster than my mouth. You have to take the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios and EPCOT. It was my first time ever taking the Skyliner, and it wasn't as bad as I was thinking. It was really nice and kind of relaxing, honestly. You don't have to worry about driving and if you hit any traffic or anything like that, even just in the Disney property. But then you're dropped almost right at the gate, which is super nice. I did have the timestamps in the video, so you can kind of see how long it took us to get from each one to each one. Should have had this all written out a little more. That's okay. And overall, we really enjoyed our stay. There was nothing too crazy or something that went too wrong. There are 2 things I wanted to throw in. That I got hot chocolate the night that we checked in, and it was super late at night. They're probably getting ready to shut everything down. It was at 10:15 after I had a meeting, and the hot chocolate was pretty gross. It was very watered down, so I don't know if there just wasn't enough chocolate left in there. I don't know. It was pretty bad, not gonna lie. Then my mom got Coke the next day for lunch, and it was super flat. One was just carbonated water, and then she went to another station and it was just syrup. So something was weird with those. So that was really our only nitpicky items. And that's just, that's so basic. Overall, we really enjoyed our stay at Pop Century. We didn't get a chance to use the pool. We were so busy and we were running around that I think we definitely need to go back at some point and use the pool and kind of just use the amenities and spend a whole day at the resort. But for now, that's all we got to do. I think we did a lot though. We did a whole tour of the resort. We took the Skyliner to the parks. Like, we did a lot. Thank you all for experiencing our first Disney World resort stay at Pop Century with us. We hope you'll stick around and experience more.